How did the UK become one of the world's leading economies, from the industrial age to the AI era? In this video, we'll break down the top 5 pillars that built the UK economy from the Industrial Revolution to FinTech, and how key leaders and sectors played their part. Chapter 1. Historical background. It all started in the 1700s. The UK led the Industrial Revolution powered by steam, steel, and science. During this period, Britain also established a vast colonial empire, ruling over major countries like India, large parts of Africa, and Southeast Asia. The wealth and resources extracted from these colonies helped fuel Britain's industrial and economic expansion. Later, the British Empire expanded trade across continents, building global shipping routes and access to raw materials. After World War II, the economy struggled. But under Prime Minister Clement Attlee, the UK built the NHS and welfare state to recover. On Chapter 2. Top turning points in economy. First, the Industrial Revolution. There was no single leader. This was driven by inventors, engineers, and business owners under Whig and Tory governments. This transformation turned Britain into the world's first modern industrial economy. Second, the post-World War II reforms. Led by the Labour Party under Prime Minister Clement Attlee, the government introduced the NHS, public housing, and social security. This laid the foundation for a modern welfare state. Third, the Thatcher economic reforms. In the 1980s, Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher of the Conservative Party privatized major industries, reduced union power, and promoted free market policies. This shifted the UK away from a state-controlled economy. Fourth, the Big Bang of 1986. Also under Thatcher's leadership, the government deregulated the financial sector. This turned London into a global finance hub and attracted huge foreign investment. Fifth, the tech and innovation boom. In the 2010s and 2020s, conservative leaders like David Cameron and Boris Johnson promoted investment in fintech, artificial intelligence, and clean energy. The UK became Europe's top destination for tech investment. Sixth, the Brexit referendum and EU exit. In 2016, the UK voted to leave the European Union, marking a major shift in its economic relationships. This move, led by conservative leaders, including David Cameron and Boris Johnson, aimed to restore national control over trade and immigration. While it opened new global trade opportunities, it also introduced challenges in labor movement, exports, and business regulations. Chapter 3. Top sectors of the UK economy and how they contribute to GDP and jobs. First, services. This sector includes finance, healthcare, IT, retail, and tourism. It contributes around 80% of the UK's GDP and employs about 84% of the workforce. Second, manufacturing and engineering. Sectors like aerospace, defense, and automotive make up around 9 to 10% of GDP. About 7.3% of the UK workforce is employed here. Third, pharmaceuticals and life sciences. Home to companies like AstraZeneca and GlaxoSmithKline. This sector contributes 2.5 to 3% of GDP and employs around 1.5% of the population. Fourth, creative industries. Film, music, fashion, and gaming are part of this sector, contributing about 6% to GDP and employing around 6% of the workforce. Fifth, education and higher learning. Universities like Oxford and Cambridge not only attract international students, but also contribute research and innovation. This sector makes up about 2.1% of GDP and employs 2 to 3% of the population. Chapter 4. 5 biggest challenges facing the UK economy today. First, Brexit trade disruption. New trade barriers have created friction for exporters, especially in farming, fishing, and manufacturing. Second, regional inequality. While London and the South East thrive, other parts of the UK, especially the North, Wales, and Scotland, face fewer opportunities and lower investment. Third, an aging population. Increasing number of retirees is putting pressure on the NHS, pensions, and social care systems. Fourth, labor and skills shortages. Brexit reduced migrant labor, Key sectors like healthcare, construction, and agriculture are struggling to find skilled workers. Fifth, rising cost of living. High inflation, energy prices, and housing costs are reducing spending power and increasing household debt. Chapter 5. The future of the UK economy. Now UK is focused on innovation, sustainability, and global trade. After Brexit, the UK is working to redefine its economic partnerships. The government is investing heavily in building a green economy with a goal of reaching net zero emissions by 2050. Backed by clean energy projects like wind power and electric vehicles. On the global stage, the UK is expanding trade ties beyond Europe, signing major deals with countries like India, Australia. The government is also boosting research and development funding to drive breakthroughs in biotech, space technology, and clean energy. With a strong foundation in services, education, and innovation, UK is preparing for a future shaped by resilience, technology, and sustainability. Please subscribe to Top E5 to understand the economy of countries across the globe and how countries evolved over time.